Two factories, two futures, same obsession with stainless steel. The first one, Tesla Gigafactory in Nevada, that by 2020 is one of the most automated plants in the world. Robots everywhere, IoT sensors in every station, artificial intelligence monitoring production in real time. Elon Musk called it the machine that builds the machine. The second one, the DeLorean factory in Northern Ireland, 1981. Also built for the future, with stainless steel design that looked like it came from a movie and a vision to change the industry. One became part of the world's most valuable car companies, and the other one went bankrupt in less than 2 years, after building only about 9,000 cars. What's the difference? Not the budget, because DeLorean had the British government investment, not the ambition. John DeLorean was a visionary, same as Musk is. Not even technology. For its time, DeLorean was cutting edge. The difference was the DeLorean never mastered operational excellence. The panels did not fit well. The PRV-V6 engines from Peugeot, Renault, Volvo showed variations and unstable performance all the time. There was no process control system, no culture of improvement. Operators found defects and no one responded. Cars arrived at dealerships with water leaks. Tesla, during the Model 3 production hell in 2018, came dangerously close to the same age. Musk later admitted, quote, "Automation was a mistake, humans are underrated." There were too many robots, not enough processes, but Tesla did something DeLorean never did. It went back to the basics: control charts, root cause analysis, improvement teams on the shop floor where everything is happening. The methods Stewart and Deming designed 70 years ago that helped them to correct the course.
Welcome to Advanced Quality Programs with Juan Navarro. In this podcast, we're going to dive deep into the world of quality and leadership philosophies.
Let's explore this paradox. The world's most famous and advanced car was saved by some of the oldest quality tools. Today, I want to talk about those traditional methods, not as the museum pieces some people think they are, but as the foundation that helped Tesla avoid the DeLorean debacle. Technology changes. The basic way we solve quality problems does not. When we talk about traditional methods, many people imagine something dusty. That inspector with a magnifying glass at the end of the line, spreadsheets on graph paper, and long meetings where someone draws a fishbone diagram and no one even is paying attention. But few people understand this. These methods were born from real crises, not from academic theories. When Stewart developed the control charts in the 1920s, it was because Bell Labs was losing millions to process variation. Ishikawa created the same cause and effect diagram because Kawasaki's operators needed a visual tool anyone could understand without knowing statistics. Quality circles appeared in the post-war Japan when the country was rebuilding its industry from zero and no money from outside could help them rebuild. Every traditional method we know today was born from that hard limit line. Little budget, little time, and a problem that could not wait. That is why they are still matter today. There are 5 pillars, and these are living tools. Let's review them, not as a list, but as what they really are. Let's start with the quality inspection. Yes, that oldest one. The inspector at the end of the line. It sounds outdated until you realize that even Tesla and Toyota have those physical inspection points. Those sensors can detect a wrongly routed cable like a trained eye can do. Inspection is not a plan A. For modern quality, it is a safety net. In audits and supplier quality, it is still impossible to replace it. Now, the statistical process control, the SPC. Stewart said something that is still relevant today. A process is under control when we can predict the future behavior. And it is not about inspecting, it is about predicting. Control charts show whether your process is stable or is it starting to go wrong before the defects appear. Today, digital systems do SPC automatically. But if the operators do not understand an out-of-control signal, you have a nice screen with no real improvement. There are 7 basic tools: check sheet, histogram, Pareto chart, cause and effect diagram, the famous Ishikawa, and scatter diagram. Control chart, flow chart, all those 7 tools. Paper and pencil in the purest form. But here's the power of those. A team that masters these tools can solve 80% of quality problems in any plant. No software, no consultants, no investment. Now, the quality circles. Those small groups of employees that meet voluntarily to solve local problems. It sounds like a team building from the 80s, but at Toyota, quality circles still generate tens of thousands of improvements every year. And that's the difference between a real quality circle and a cosmetic one. And it can be implemented and not only recommended. Total Quality Management, or TQM, the umbrella for all of these methods: continuous improvement, Kaizen, and you already know all of them well because we had discussed them in previous podcasts. Involvement of all employees. TQM helped transform Japan from cheap and poor quality products into the symbol of excellence. It is not a coincidence that TQM principles are almost identical to those of the ISO 9001 and lean manufacturing. So why do they still work today? There are 3 simple reasons, and none of them is nostalgia. First, they are low cost and fast. You don't need digital transformation budget or data science teams to implement them. A Pareto chart made in Excel with 15 minutes of analysis can tell you more about your defects than $50,000 dashboards that nobody uses. When the problem is urgent, an angry customer, a rejected batch, you do not need to have six months of analysis. You have hours, and there the traditional tools win. The second is that they separate symptoms from causes. This may be one of the most underestimated skills in quality management. Most quick fixes I see in the industry attack symptoms. The Ishikawa diagram forces you to ask why, and 5 times before acting. The Pareto chart shows that 3 causes explain almost 80% of your problems. So you do not waste energy on the other 17, and an algorithm does not do that by itself. Now, third, they create a common language. And this is actually deeper than it seems. When an operator, an engineer, and a manager discusses the causes around an Ishikawa diagram, that is the quality culture, not technology, but trust and alignment. Traditional methods are the Esperanto of continuous improvement. Let's put it that way. Anyone that can understand them in any industry, in any country, is talking the same quality language. So where do they fit today? And I'm not going to tell you to ignore the Industry 4.0. That would be absurd. Digital twins, machine learning for processes, and IoT sensors are real, and they are transforming manufacturing in real time. But here's what I see on the ground. The organizations that integrate Quality 4.0 best are the ones that first master this foundation. They know what they are digitalizing. Digitalizing a well-understood process is not the same as automating a mess. Traditional methods shine in 5 areas. Audits, where evidence must be objective and traceable. Supplier quality, where one Pareto chart can beat hundreds of emails. Training, where people lean and learn improvement by drawing their first Ishikawa diagram. Shop floor management, where a simple check sheet can solve more than an unused app. And root cause analysis, the 5 good whys, can beat any predictive model. Lee Iacocca, the man who rescued Chrysler from bankruptcy in the 1980s, said something that helps close this idea. The most important thing in any business is quality. You can have all the marketing in the world, but the product is not good, you will not succeed. And that was said by a CEO, not a consultant, not an academic, that person in the trenches, with creditors breathing down his neck, and an industry telling him the Japanese had already won the battle. Even then, he put quality, not price, not advertisement, at the center of the conversation. Traditional quality methods have survived for 70 years because they solve something technology alone cannot, the human need to understand before acting. A control chart is not a drawing. It is a conversation between the process and the person who runs it. An Ishikawa diagram is not just a tool. It is a team saying, let's stop and think together. Your legacy as a professional is not measured by the tools you master, but by the questions you ask. What is happening here? Why did it happen? And how do we prevent it from happening again? Tools evolve, the questions are classic. Thank you for joining me today in this episode. If you think and you work with Quality 4.0, manufacturing, or continuous improvement, tell me in the comments which traditional tool you use the most in your daily work. Thank you for your ratings on my books, The Quality Mindset, High Quality Projects, The Principles of Quality, and stay excellent, keep improving, and let's stay classic.
One small change triggers everything. Watch how agile thinking works. Inspect, adapt, repeat. Each step builds the next, creating confident, unstoppable momentum. This is The Quality Mindset by Juan Navarro. Get your copy now.